Yes.
I'm Chris Bell. It's great to see all of you this afternoon. My very first race for City Council was in 1995. And that year, there was one major organization that endorsed my candidacy. And that was what was then known as the Gay and Lesbian Political Caucus. We barely missed a runoff that year and worked like dogs, and it's what created the opportunity to come back a year later, win a seat on City Council, and then be re-elected to City Council. But 1995 was an extraordinary year in terms of building relationship with the LGBT community. My very first fundraiser was hosted by a friend in the community. It was a packed house, and we were meeting many of the individuals for the first time, people who had come to see if they could find a candidate who would stand for the community, and they did. And when we were leaving that night, Allison turned to me in the car and she asked, how can people be so mean to them? It's a question that we've never been able to find an answer for, even now as we listen to some of the comments that are being made by the opponents of the Bureau ordinance. But we decided that we would dedicate a big part of our adult lives to standing with the LGBT community because we felt that it was the civil rights battle of our generation. I am proud of my record as a member of council. I am proud of my 100% score from HRC when I was a member of Congress. I've been there with you. You have been there with me, and I come before you this afternoon to ask for you to be with me again. You deserve a mayor who will always stand with the community. I always have. I always will. Let's make this happen. Thank you so much.
To follow Chris Bell.
Yes.
I'm your in-laws council member. I want to first thank my wife in the back, Debbie, and my son Christopher for legacy today. You know, I didn't get this endorsement in 2009. I earned your endorsement in 2011 and 2013, and I want to thank you for that. And I also voted for the HERO ordinance a year ago. And I voted for the HERO ordinance last Wednesday. And I was on the radio just yesterday, a conservative radio confirming that I voted for your ordinance. And I look forward to voting for it in November. But I'm your at-large council member, and I've worked on a lot of issues other than single issues. I've worked on getting grocery stores in underserved neighborhoods. I've worked on getting payday lending ordinance approved for predatory lending practices. I'm a council member for everybody for the city of Houston. And as your next mayor, I'm going to work on getting more cops on the street and stopping more crimes. I'm going to work on rebuilding Houston in terms of streets and drainage and doing a better job of what we're doing on roads right now. And I'm going to work on pension reform. Because as your next mayor, that's the #1 expense that's driving the city's budget right now. I look forward to being your next mayor. I look forward to earning your respect, and I want your vote. I'm Steve Costello, and I'm running for mayor, and I look forward to being your next mayor. Thank you.
Thank you very much. It is so good to be in a hot room with a bunch of friendly faces. My name is Adrian Garcia, and I want to be your mayor. You know, I have been working for you for 35 years as a cop, as a member of council, as your sheriff. And throughout that journey, you have supported me. And I'm here to ask for your support once again. I'd be honored to have the support of this great organization. And I appreciate the recommendation. But you know, I have simply been someone who has tried to take action when actions needed to be taken that make sense. Remember when issues were brought up to me, and it just, look, it didn't need debate, it didn't need a task force, it didn't need committee, it just needed a decision. And I have been the person who has always taken charge and got things done. I want to continue to be that person for you as your mayor. But you know what? When we had the opportunity, because of President Bush, he passed the Prison Rape Elimination Act, we had the opportunity to set minimum standards. But yet, we simply got to work to make sure that we were comprehensive. And as a result of my work, my leadership, we established national policies that became best practices and became the standard for America. And it happened right here out of Harris County, Texas, because of this sheriff. And so I'm here simply to say that I want to continue to work for you. Let me just say something to the members here. You are in the best position that you've ever been in. Think about it. First of all, you needed a bigger room. Second of all, out of the 7 candidates who are running to be the mayor of Houston, 5 of the 7 have actively sought out your endorsement. With the fight that's coming, and I supported Hero, and I'll continue to support it, but with the fight that's coming, I say support all of your friends. Thank you very much.
Marty McBeth.
Thank you all. I appreciate being here with you today. I am Marty McVeigh. I'm the only business candidate in the race. And today I don't come and ask you to make an endorsement for a particular candidate, but what I do come and I ask you to do is to endorse Hero. This should be bigger than just one candidate. I think that we should put all of our efforts, all of our resources in support and passage of Hero on the November ballot. There are many candidates that support Hero, and I will work with them very closely to make sure that we protect equality and opportunity in the city of Houston. So I ask you today to do not endorse any candidate in this race. Thank you.
Sylvester Turner.
I am Sylvester Turner. Let me just say to you that this is the most diverse city in the country. This city is more diverse than New York. But diversity doesn't mean it's not without tension or division. And I think it's important whoever wants to be the next mayor of the city has to bring all of that diversity to the table. Diversity in terms of sex, in terms of age, religion, orientation, faith, religion, all of that has to be at the table. It is a diverse city, but that doesn't mean that it's easy for that to happen. All of my life I've worked towards it. In this last legislative session, which was not easy, with more than 20 bills filed to go back in the wrong direction, I stood up against all of those bills. When it comes to the homeless youth bill, it was not easy to pass, but Governor Abbott has signed that bill, and that's significant. When it came to blocking House Bill 4105, that was trying to get ahead of the Supreme Court decision, I fought against it, and it did not pass. When people eliminated $3 million from HIV funding in the legislature, as chairman, vice chair of the Appropriations Committee on the Commerce Committee, I worked to restore that funding, and we did. When we had the Passive Protection Bill, I made sure that it did not go further than it needed to go, and it did not. With respect to the Hero ordinance, I stood with the mayor and others a year ago. I'm still standing with it now. There are a lot of good people in this race, but I believe that I am in a better position than anyone else to go out through this city, to say to this city, you cannot discriminate against anyone based on group identification. We all need to be at the table. And as the mayor, the road that I build, everyone is entitled to ride on that road. I will not carry that. I will be proud to carry Hero. I've done it over the years, and I'm prepared to do it as your candidate if you give me your endorsement, and I'm asking for it. Sylvester Turner, I need it.